Let's go. This morning in the bottom left-hand corner of Ultra Love, we have the South Korean Terran player, the Blue Terran representing Shopify Rebellion. It is ByuN. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the French Protoss player, the Blue Protoss representing a team, or currently teamless. It is Arrogfire. Also, oh yes, I remember. Shout out to NetBean in the chat. You have triggered my memory. Yes, we were contacted to cast the May Mayhem, and we will be casting it via replays. The reason for it, actually, if you look at our schedule, the May Mayhem is actually conflicting with the KSL, with the Korean StarCraft League, and we do cast the KSL on a regular basis. So it's either one or the other, right? Either we cast KSL or we cast the May Mayhem, and then we do the other via replay, basically. So we are going to be covering the KSL at the time. We're going to be covering the May Mayhem via replays. I remember now. Yes. We were the organizer did reach out to us. I want to say like last week or the week before. So I think that's why originally we were placed there. And again, we do plan on covering by replays, but at the time we're going to be casting KSL live. Exclamation mark! Yes. Congrats, Yaku, with winning the raffle. True. Did win the raffle. Ay. Este Yaku. Prom confirmed. But yeah, the May Mayhem looks like a really good tournament. Looks like a really good event. But what I said is applicable to the group stage. We might end up casting the playoffs live. That is true. We'll have to just kind of check with our schedule for all that. But we'll do our best. Whether it's live casting or replay casting of the May Mayhem. Otherwise, we're getting into our grand finals, of course. We're getting into our grand finals, our best of 5. Here we go. And again, Arrogfire, I'll be honest, I don't think he's made it to the finals before. I don't think he's made it this far in our tournaments. So a very impressive performance. And it was not easy whatsoever. I should emphasize that as well. How did Arrogfire get to the finals? He took down Rebellion, Skilless, and Creator. And I would say that Skilless and Creator are ranked higher than Arrogfire. They are very strong Protoss players in their own right. But I should also emphasize something that all those matches have in common: pure PvPs. Arrogfire, he got to the finals heavily reliant on his PvP matchup. What about his PvT, right? How does he compare to ByuN? Geralt had a banger series against ByuN in that earlier semifinals in that best of 3, which could have gone either way. Like, Geralt had a really strong showing. Can Arrogfire compare? Can he compare to Geralt? Can he compare to ByuN, more importantly? As now ByuN does go for his own economic start. He's going for his 1-1-1 follow-up in the main. Meanwhile, Twilight Council opener out of Arrogfire. Let's go. And again, I haven't really covered, or I haven't casted much Arrogfire over the past couple of years. It was more earlier on, like 2020, 2021, 2022, where we did cover him mostly. So we'll see how Arrogfire does look coming into the modern day. And so far, we have our initial Blink-based opener. Throwing down additional gateways, so 2 gate blink for the time being. We could go 2 gate blink into a 3rd, or we could throw down extra gateways here to be safe. Likewise, ByuN getting ready for his drop play, so it's going to be Marine drop on one side and a Hellion harass on the other. We're going for some multi-prong aggression, multi-prong harassment. Now, what does it take? It takes 3 Hellions to one-shot a probe. 3 Hellions is all you need here to roast up a mineral line, and we'll see if he can distract Arrogfire. 3rd base now being taken, so Arrogfire is going 2 gate blink into a 3rd. Very greedy, very economic build here by our Protoss. That means less warpins are available. Here comes the drop into the main, and again, his goal here is to try to distract his opponent. Try to drag him out of position. Marines, they dip in. Arrogfire, he responds with everything. He does respond. The boys are stacking. Hellions, they dive in. Thankfully, the boys don't go to the low ground. Thankfully, but probes are getting roasted. Workers are going down. Again, they do line up towards the end there. Oh my god. They line up 9 probe kills. Did I say 9? No, 14! 15 probes go down. And in one fell swoop and one swift move, ByuN, he takes down the mineral line. Takes down the entire mineral line. Ay. Marines, they escape. The Marines get away. The medevac escapes. The Hellions, did he lose anything? He lost 1. He lost 1 Marine, Pappy. 1 Marine goes down. Ay. Edep shades into the bases, gets 1 SCV. Hellions, he's not done. He wants more. Stop it, Pappy. Let him play. Let him play as he gets another 7. GG. That's game ending. That's game ending damage. That's so much damage being dealt, over 20 probe kills. And with that, ByuN takes a lead. ByuN takes the lead again. The 1-2 punch, the distracting drop into the main, and then the real damage was the Hellions. The Hellions into the natural. Unfortunately, Arrogfire, he overreacted to the drop into the main base, and with that, he was torn apart. With that, Arrogfire did catch fire. GG. GG, well played. Now we're jumping into game number 2. And I'm hoping that Arrogfire can take a breath. He can take a breath, just kind of like centralize himself, and get ready here for game 2. Shake it off. Right, there's not really much that came into game 1. Right, game 1, it literally came down to the opener. It came down to the build, and came down to the reaction to it. Right, it's like up until then, I mean, partially because Arrogfire was also going for a bit of a more greedy build as well. But even then, he was just caught off guard a little bit. I'm sure here he can lock in, and we can embrace a longer game. Let's go. So jumping into game 2. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of ley lines, we have our South Korean Terran player, the Blue Terran, representing Shopify, leading the series 1-0. It is ByuN. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the French Protoss player, the Purple Protoss. It is Arrogfire. And I was so distracted talking about the players and talking about the Mayhem as well that I think I forgot about. There we go. Predictions. Predictions are now open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat. I do apologize. Usually we do host them in the first game, but I was just a little bit distracted by, going into Arrogfire's story a little bit, talking about the Mayhem, talking about, future tournaments. Just a little bit distracted. But now we can settle into our game, and I want to believe that Arrogfire can bring it back. I want to believe in a back and forth, but again, the pressure is now on our French Protoss. Let's go. We'll see if we can bring it back. But now, we're going to be settling in. We do have our initial openers here. ByuN does scroll around the edge of the map. He's going for the eBay block at the natural. So the SCV has arrived. eBay is thrown down. And this is looking to delay the expansion. Arrogfire, he will pull the boys. He does scout this in time. So nicely done here by Arrogfire. He can react. He can pull the boys. And he can shut this down. He can shut down the eBay. Likewise behind this, going for his own pylon blocker across the map. We should be seeing a CC on the high ground out of ByuN. It is CC's on the way. And the game will continue. We'll get to again, and if Arrogfire, if he had gone to the low ground any later, then most likely he would have been forced to expand elsewhere and take the triangular third base or the linear third base instead, and then it would have been an awkward defense, and then ByuN can be more assertive and more aggressive and pull him apart. It's like it would have led to a cascading effect of, just an unfortunate set of events there. I mean, at least it could have. Thankfully, we don't have to deal with that. Arrogfire, he expands freely, and now we can settle into our game. The Probe Scout does confirm the CC on the high ground, so he knows there's no crazy one base all in. There's no faster factory either. He's aware of the CC follow-up. Reaper will chase him down. We'll attempt to chase him down. Last Arrogfire is keeping up. And from here, once again, we see Arrogfire going 2-gate blink into, 2 gateways into blink. So 2-gate blink out of Arrogfire. Last game, he went for a third base from this point. We'll see if we throw down extra gateways. Speaking of, yep, there we go. Third gateway gets thrown down. So Arrogfire, he's going for a safer opener instead. He throws down extra gateways and we'll have extra warp ins. Shade is denied. ByuN zones away the adepts. ByuN's opener does lead into his mind drop. This time, nowhere near as committed. There's no crazy, like, multi-prong attack or trying to distract and trying to slip in. This time, we're just slowing things down with a mind drop. Back at home, throwing down extra Raxes, going for a Raven follow-up, going for some light aggression, some light harassment. Ooh, as does try to save one of the Widow Mines, but the Medevac is going to be targeted down. Ooh, shot goes off on the Stalker. Takes down one Stalker, and we'll pull away. Likewise, ByuN, he does, for the most part, confirm the lack. I mean, he sees lack of third. Arrogfire going for a counterattack, this time going for a Prism before the expansion. Likewise, taking another Gas Geyser as well. So Arrogfire is pushing out. He can warp in. He's going for a delayed third. It's not an all-in, but just a later third base. So he can be more aggressive this time. Back at home, what do we have? We have a bunker at the natural. The tank does pop in towards the main. Tank is ready. Arrogfire picking up some Marines. He gets one, he gets two. Two Marines go down. More army on the way. Warping in more Stalkers. Opening a dive. Blinks in, takes down the Medevac. Not bad. Takes down the Medevac, does pull away, going for the tank as well. So we're going for the bunker, I should say. And nice pick off so far. The boys are being pulled. ByuN is trying to make a stand. The Stalkers are getting very low, but they survive. Yeah, nice trades here from Arrogfire. He bleeds out two Stalkers. Two Stalkers for the bunker, the Medevac, a lot of Marines, two SCVs. But the tank has arrived. He has to respect the tanks. At the same time, auto charge harass here across the map. Arrogfire, he rotates over. Heads for the mineral line. Not bad, getting more SCV damage. Taking down three more SCVs. Three more workers going down. Observer gets spotted. Arrogfire pulls away. And does pull away. Going to charge. Third base now getting saturated. Bearing in mind that Arrogfire, he did delay his third in favor of this aggression. So far, I would say it's been worth it. Especially if he can get a tank. Oh, and he does. Not bad. Takes out a tank, and he will be... Oh, doesn't get out there. Oh, God. Prism goes down. 4 Stalkers as well. Suddenly, that wasn't as worth it. It was a cute move, but does pay the price. From here, Arrogfire setting up to his 3 bases. We have the charge follow-up. We have delayed Colossus. Again, very standard nowadays in the current meta. Going for a gateway explosion, +1 in charge. Scan takes out the observer. And ByuN breaks out. Now, ByuN, he doesn't have to commit across the map. This could just be to force out the army and to expand. His third CC is almost done. There does a chase back Arrogfire. I mean, the problem here is that, remember, ByuN, he just took down the Prism. Usually the Prism would keep him at home. But it was sniped. Despite that, ByuN, he pulls back. Does force extra warp-ins, does force a reaction out of Arrogfire. As he's getting ready for a push that isn't coming. ByuN is chilling. He's chilling back at home. Taking his third base. Taking his expansion. Arrogfire doing the same, going for his 4th. Going for the correct call. As we do have a lot of posturing. As ByuN, I mean, they do miss each other. ByuN is exposed. SCV is going to be going down. ByuN, he commits. We're going for the base raid. The natural Stalkers hit the third base. There's a recall back home. And ByuN sims in, but there's a wall of cells waiting for him. It's a sieging. Widow Mines in position as well. They do borrow. Mind shots are not baited out. Back at home, ByuN, he defends. He shuts down the Zealots. And Arrogfire comes in for the attempted surround. Does he have enough though? And nice mind connections. Tanks do fall, but there's not that much left over. Colossus does arrive in time though. Colossus does arrive, and Arrogfire he holds. Whew. Does hold on. Does cost him 7 probes though, and a lot of charge lots. As ByuN is still trading well. Dragging the army out into the open, picking off the Stalkers. ByuN, he's rallying in. The Colossus is exposed. No shot, he's gonna get it. It goes for the stem. Arrogfire overextending, he bleeds out too much. And the Colossus, it's gonna go down. He steps in, he wants it. He's gonna get it as well. Massive pickoff. GG gets called. And ByuN, he will take a lead in the series 2-0. GG. GG, well played. ByuN, he was able to drag the army out into the open, able to kind of leash him in a way over towards the top side where ByuN was still rallying across the map, and he was able to catch Arrogfire with his pants down. Arrogfire, initially, he was able to hold on with the Colossus, but again, he did chase. He did give chase, I should say. He was distracted. He was unable to reinforce his own army. GG. GG, well played. It'll just snowball out of control far too quickly, and now we're getting into game number 3. And again, I'm hoping for a back and forth. I'm hoping for an extended series, but again, the pressure is on Arrogfire. We'll see if he can bring it back. There's been some good moments for him when it comes to his control, his micro. Initially, when it came to his Stalker aggression, he was achieving quite a lot with it. It was impressive. Initially. But here we go, we're getting into game number 3, and spawning in the right-hand corner of Tokamak, we have the South Korean Terran player, the Blue Terran, representing Shopify Rebellion, leading the series 2-0. 1 game away from claiming the series and becoming our champion. It is ByuN. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponent, we have the French Protoss player, the Red Protoss. Down in the series. Oh, no, he's red. He's not purple this time. Oh no, the Red Protoss, it is Arrogfire. It's down in the series, no more missteps, no more mistakes. Now it's time to lock in and to bring it back. To begin that comeback. And we'll see what it goes for. We'll see if he can harness his inner tuna. The tuna. And again, if you want to help support this tournament, if you want to help support the Sparkling Tuna Cup, you can do so a couple different ways. Again, this event is funded by the community, for the community. It's all done via Patreon. So you can help support us via Patreon if you wish to help grow the tournament. Otherwise, just sit back and enjoy. Sit back and enjoy. Again, this is a weekly tournament, a weekly broadcast of Sparkling Tuna Cup. Every single week, we feature players like ByuN, like Skillus, like Creator, Solar, Shin at times, Christiana, Geralt. We have our EU versus Korea matches quite regularly here. But again, this week, for the first time, I want to say in the history of our tournament series, Arrogfire, he made it to the finals. Did a really good job making it this far. But as I mentioned before, Arrogfire, he did rely on his PvP, right? His PvP did carry him to the finals. And here, against a Terran opponent, is struggling that much more. But I'm hoping he can bring it back. Oh, gets the SCV. SCV goes down, not bad. But the probe is locked in, and most likely this probe would also go down as well. Meanwhile, double gas open out of ByuN, going for a faster factory. Reaper will chase down the probe. Probe does fall. And from here we can go into Reactor Reaper Hellion. We can go for early Cyclone drop, tank drop, 1-1-1 Cloak Banshee. We'll see where this leads. As Reaper does move out across the map. Back at home, Arrogfire getting in position, trying to keep up with said Reaper. Does come into the shade and does get one shot off, but the Reaper does sit by. Does sit by, does sit in. We have our Twilight Council opener out of Arrogfire. Reaper doesn't quite get the scat off. It's going to be forced back. Reaper does go for the mineral line, and he wants a probe. He won't quite get one though. Yeah, a little bit too greedy there. The Reaper does escape, does pull away. And behind... Oh. Hello. Behind this, we have our 111 setup here. So ByuN, he's expanding. He's going for the CC. It's going to be floating over eventually, but initially we have our faster factory into faster starport into faster drop play. So here comes that medevac. Here comes that drop across the map. As Reaper goes back in, does confirm the Twilight Council. Disrupting quite a lot of the economy, actually. That's a lot of spine time. Gets a probe. Takes down a probe. That's going to be 2 probe kills so far. Not bad. And again, you got a full scout of the bases. We have a 2-gate setup. Again, this is a much larger map. I should also emphasize, welcome one and all to Tokamak. Tokamak is one of the larger, more macro maps in the map pool. Known for being, or for getting a more secure 4-base setup. So we have 2-gate blink into a 3rd, at least it what looks like to be the case. We'll see if Arrogfire can get there. Wouldn't mind dropping to the natural. Boost in. Stalkers, they focus on the medevac. They focus on the initial Widow Mine, not bad. First mine goes down, but the second one does get into the mineral line here in the main. Oh, does drop. Oh, does burrow. Burrows in time, takes down the Stalker, takes down a probe. And the medevac does escape. Medevac slips away. Behind this, going for tech labs. We have our tank production. Raven as well. ByuN's still just building up and getting ready for his push. And I'll be honest, this looks like a double tank push setup here for ByuN. ByuN, he's very fond of these early pushes before stim, where the Marines are only there to buffer and the tanks are there to, I should say, deal the damage. The backbone of the army. So Arrogfire, he does poke out. Remember, it was 2-gate blink from Arrogfire into a 3rd. So he doesn't have any stalkers. That does shade in. Gets 1 SCV. Takes down 1. The second tank has arrived. Likewise, we do see ByuN still wreaking havoc across the map. Getting 3 more probes. And ByuN, he will get eyes on the 3rd. And we'll see if he pushes. Okay, drop play. Okay, doesn't move out with the tanks. He leaves the tanks back at home. Going for his drop across the map. The observer, do we recognize the Marines are missing? The Marines are not where they should be. As 1 Raven was sniped. We actually went for a 2nd Raven as well. So drop on the left, Raven on the right. Tanks, they threaten to move out. This is actually quite early here for ByuN. I mean, we did speak about how ByuN, he does like his early pushes. Pre-stim. But ByuN is getting punished for that. He's at least keeping the army distracted, but this is a risky play here from ByuN. As he does rotate on the right-hand side. Medevac drop stream, Marine drop into the main. Auto charge at the 3rd. There's the recall. ByuN sneaking up on the expansion. Does try to sneak up. Arrogfire, he holds. Takes out one of the Marines. And ByuN just pulls away. He pulls away, he backs off. Doesn't get what he was hoping for, but he does still get 6 probes. It's adding up over time. 13 workers in total. That's a lot of damage. And what's scary here is that the worker counts are close. And really what it should be is Arrogfire should be ahead. Takes down the medevac. Medevac goes down. But remember, Arrogfire, he went 2-gate blink into a fast 3rd. He went for an economic build. It was supposed to be for an economic lead, and he doesn't have it. He doesn't have that economic lead that he otherwise should. Because he's just lost so many probes, losing up to 14. So in the end, the opener, oh good. The opener for Arrogfire just wasn't quite worth it here. He cut corners, he was being greedy, and in the end, not as worth it. ByuN moving out once again with a double drop. There is an observer in position. Observer is ready outside of the main. ByuN is breaking out, claiming his 3rd. Raven's still just being an annoyance. Double drop moves in, going for the pylon. Recall's on cooldown. Pylon goes down, he gets one, going for the other, he will get both, depowering all the gateways. Yeah, 4 gates are depowered, Zealous tried to trickle in, but again, there's no Stalkers here to defend. So Medivacs can just lift. Yeah, they can just pick up and get away. And ByuN, he's going for the kill. Arrogfire, he's out of position, no shot. Just getting dragged out of position. The tanks, they siege up within range of the base, and this base is gonna go down. It's not long for this world. Prism goes down as well, massive connection. Yeah, the charge lots, the war prism. There's barely anything left. ByuN can just rally at this point. Takes down the Stalkers, takes down the Immortal, and GG gets called. ByuN, he will snowball out of control, claiming the series 3-0, becoming this week's Sparkling Tuna Cup champion. GG. Whew, GG, well played. ByuN, he will claim the series. Very impressive performance here by ByuN in the finals with a clinic of TvP. Again, non-stop kind of aggression or non-stop distractions from ByuN here in this game and even in previous games in this series. Able to distract, able to pull Arrogfire apart and snowball from there. GG. GG, well played. Congratulations here to ByuN. A shout out to Arrogfire for, of course, competing here tonight, for making it to the finals. Again, I don't want to take away from that at all. I don't want to take away from that, considering the fact that, of course, Arrogfire did take down some big names to make it to the finals, right? It's like Arrogfire, he took down Creator, and he took down Skillus, like 2 very strong competitors. Some of the best Protoss players in the world did fall to Arrogfire, so he had a very strong showing in the quarterfinals and semifinals. But again, a lot of that was off of the back of his PvP matchup, right? It was over the back of his PvP, off of the map of a very different matchup here. And here in the finals, we saw ByuN looking a lot more informed, looking a lot more dominant, I should say. GG. GG, well played. Congratulations here. Congratulations to ByuN for becoming our champion. Once again, ByuN, he's a regular when it comes to these online weekly tournaments. I believe he's the reigning champion, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, was it Cristiano? Yeah, it was ByuN. So ByuN is the reigning champion. He does win back-to-back. So very well done. And a shout out to Arrogfire for claiming second place. As a reminder, top four, they do earn some prize money here tonight alongside Prome for the random raffle. And if you want to support the tournament even further, you can do so via Matcherino or via Patreon. Patreon is to help fund our tournament series on a regular basis with our weeklies and our monthlies. Matcherino is just to fund or help fund this specific event. So yeah, you can do so if you wish. Otherwise, following us is the best way to support us, whether it's following us here on Twitch, on YouTube, on TikTok, on Facebook, Instagram, Discord, Blue Sky, Mastodon, all things Cranky Ducklings. We are live on a regular basis every single day, multiple times a day. Speaking of, we are not done, as we have another broadcast right around the corner here. As always, we have plenty of content, plenty of StarCraft. Here we go. As you can see, our weekly schedule, we just wrapped up with Sparkling Tuna Cup. You can't see it, but that was Sunday evening. But now at 2 a.m. KST Monday morning, we are live. That is going to be at 3 a.m. AEST. That's going to be in around 3 hours. In around 3 hours time, we're going to be live with the Brazilian StarCraft 2 circuit. Oh boy. So we're going to be live in 3 hours with some more Brazilian StarCraft action. Likewise, we have the Wardy TV Monday tomorrow evening. We have the Big Storm Monday on Tuesday. We have the GSL qualifier casts on Tuesday and Wednesday. So we're going to be going over those GSL qualifiers. Likewise, we have the Pond cast on Thursday. We have Lulu Cup on Friday. We have Thermal Super 2 Circuit replay cast on Saturday. Sea Duckling Open, Sparkling Tuna Cup, and of course, more Brazilian StarCraft 2 circuits. That's all the content, all the StarCraft throughout the week. Again, we're usually live 2 times a day, every single day. We should be having another broadcast Thursday morning. Oh, right, yeah. I may as well just say this publicly now. The Turtle Tussle, the Tenacious Turtle Tussle, that is usually a bi-weekly tournament, but that is going on hiatus. That is going to be going on hiatus. The turtle, oh no. Usually the slot is Thursday. You can see it there. The slot is empty. Usually the Turtle Tussle is there, but it's going to be going on hiatus. It is an event that we brought back during the off-season, of EPT, and a shout out to Mark BT and a shout out to Proto Stegosaurus as well for funding the event. The Turtle Tussle was never funded via Patreon. It was always funded by very passionate sponsors, very passionate fans of StarCraft. But again, it was only designed to, really be here for the off season. And now the season has begun, right? The EWC season with GSL, with DreamHack Dallas, Star Wars Zagora, EWC proper, season 2 of GSL. Like, it's all coming together here, and that's what a lot of players are focusing on at the moment. So the Turtle Hustle is going to be going on hiatus until after EWC. Once EWC concludes, and once we go back into a quote-unquote off-season, then we'll be back. Then the Turtle Tussle will return. So don't worry, it will return eventually. And what this means is that, you're like, you can take another half day off on Thursdays? Nah. It means we can put in another replay cast. Let's go, baby, let's go. We can just cast some more StarCraft. True. Because we have some catching up to do for like StarCraft Evolution League and Kung Fu Cup as well. We do have some catching up to do. So we will most likely update this graphic, and there will be another broadcast Thursday morning. We'll get there. I know that Kanoya, he hosted some show matches recently, so I might just jump into that. We'll see. So the graphic to be updated soon TM with all the StarCraft. But we are taking Wednesday evening and Thursday evening off. Like, again, usually historically we would just cast twice a day, every single day. We do cast more StarCraft than any other channel out there. But you know, it would be nice to have some time off, some time to, you know, decompress and play other games and do other things. So that was my New Year's resolution coming into 2025, is like ensuring that I have some evenings off at least, or some, not even days off unfortunately, but some evenings off. You know, that's all we do. But otherwise, thanks for watching, thanks for tuning in. Yo, shout out to Kamikaze in the chat. Obrigado. Thank you so much for subscribing. Hope you wish you the best of luck in the Brazilian StarCraft 2 circuit, in el circuito brasileiro, papi. Best of luck. Thank you so much. Hasta mañana. No, hasta en 3 horas, papi. En 3 horas. Ay. In 3 horas, we're gonna be back. So again, our next stream is gonna be in 3 hours. In 3 hours time, we're gonna be live once again. Obrigado. But yes, in 3 hours, we're going to be live with the Brazilian StarCraft 2 circuit, so do tune into that. It's going to be in 3 hours. Otherwise, you can tune in tomorrow for the Woody TV Monday. So one or the other, either Brazilian circuits or Woody TV Monday tomorrow. That's going to be the rest of the StarCraft ahead of us. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks for the support. We will see you guys next time, either later on today or tomorrow, whenever. Well, you'll find us at some point. I hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend and a great start of your week as well. Take care of yourselves, and we'll see you guys next time. Ciao, papi, ciao. See you next time. Hasta luego.